I did actually have a confrontation at the thrift store. Here's everything that sold. All right, lift it up, man. Oh. What's going on? My name's Caleb. I'm a full-time reseller. Today, we're going through a day in the life as a full-time reseller. This week is actually a little different than my normal week, so I'm off my typical schedule. So I thought this would be a good day to do a day in the life because I'm just doing a little bit of everything today. You can see I'm at Goodwill. They're opening in 2 minutes. I have a whole bunch of inventory that I listed in my trunk. I'm gonna be taking that to my storage unit, pulling orders. The holiday was yesterday, so I have plenty of orders to pack and ship out today. I'm gonna be doing some thrifting. I have my good friend coming over to go over a crazy haul that we got at a garage sale together. So it's really gonna be a full fun day. So I'm excited to have you guys along with me. I've been in here for a few minutes. I found some cool things that I'm probably gonna get. Just gonna look over for condition. These I need to look up. I need big Yumbo here. These are some true spec, kind of like military-ish pants. And I'm gonna look up these Fidelity jeans. No idea if they're good, but they stood out to me. So that's kind of how I use my cart at the thrift store. I put like stuff I'm for sure gonna get if it's in good condition in here, and I'll look up stuff here. That just keeps me organized. Going through the jackets right now. Found this really cool LL Bean piece, but they want $14 for it, so we're gonna have to look that up, but probably gonna have to pass, unfortunately, because I love selling LL Bean. This is what the cart looks like. I take this in front of the big glass door so that I can see any stains. So I go over all the items in front of the best lighting possible. That's a little pro tip for you. Here's my cart when I'm done. Got the hangers on the side, got my bag ready, and all my stuff folded with the tags ready for them to scan. Just finished up in there. I got 8 items for $64, just under $63.97. I'm gonna get to my next stop because they open in 30 minutes and I got a little bit of a drive and I gotta get gas. If I get there before they open, if enough time, I'll go over item by item what I picked up in there. I did pay up for one jacket, which kind of increased the average cost of goods, but I think it's gonna be a pretty good one. Just got to the next spot. I'm here 12 minutes early, but there's already a big line up out the door. So I'm gonna hit this store and then we'll go over both stores right after this. So let's jump inside. We'll update you guys soon, but right place, right time. I've been going to that store for a few years, kind of off and on. It's not in my current like weekly rotation, but I'd make sure to stop in every so often. And I was in the right place at the right time at that store. I've never gotten that many items. The pricing is really good there. I bought pretty much everything that they had individually priced, like their good stuff. It's still cheaper than what I normally pay for those items. And then the things that aren't individually priced at this store are very cheap. They have like bulk pricing. It's like, you know, $4 for shirts, $5 for pants and jeans, which in my area, that's really cheap. I think I spent $111 and some change in there, but I cannot wait to show you guys the finds. But it is so hot. My car is black and black leather interior, so I gotta drive to like cool this thing off before I show you guys. So right now I'm actually off to my storage unit to pull my orders to ship out for today. So when we get there, I will show you guys the finds from the first stop and the second stop, and I found some crazy stuff. Just really excited. I've mentioned this in a few of my videos, but while I'm driving to my storage unit, I'm gonna find some reselling content to play while I drive, because while I'm working, I really try to use the in-between times to learn more about reselling, or learn more about men's clothing, or learn how to make more money online, or now that I'm doing social media, learn about social media, because I count this as part of my work time. And if I just spent the time in the car just, you know, relaxing or doing whatever, yeah, that would be nice, but I really want to maximize the time that I'm working. And so that's a nice way to maximize that time. If you're ever driving around, going to thrift stores, try to do something to improve your business while driving, listening to a podcast, even just a self-help podcast, to improve yourself so you can be a better worker, better business person for yourself. I highly recommend that tip. Just made it to my storage unit. As you can see, I have all this stuff back here that needs put back into my storage unit that I've listed over the last little while. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that first, and then I'm actually gonna go into my storage unit to show you guys what I got, because it's just a little bit cooler because it's out of the sun. We'll see you in there. I had 8 boxes of inventory that just went in, and then I also brought these 2 boxes, which were just kind of random odds and ends I had been collecting at my house that were listed. I usually wait a little bit to bring over like my random stuff, because typically when it's not clothing, it's something that sells extremely fast. So I just keep it there because it usually sells within a couple days. Okay, let's start off with what I got at the first store. I got 8 items for $63.97. I got these Fidelity jeans. They are the Torino model. These were marked at $9, but there were some discounts, so probably like $8. I got this True Spec like military combat shirt. I saw some comps for like 35 on these, but I didn't really know too much about it, so I mostly just got it to do a little bit more research because I've been seeing a little bit more military stuff in my area lately. This was that same price, so probably about $8 after the discounts. Good size of 2XL. Here we have an LL Bean lake washed cotton shirt, or maybe sun washed cotton shirt. I forget what it's called. But these sell really quickly for me, but not for tons of money. I usually list them for $23 plus shipping. Here we have a Polo Ralph Lauren Performance Polo. It has a nice stretchy material and it is long sleeve. I really like the pattern on here, make it stand out on eBay and sell it pretty quickly, I would guess. Here you have a little half zip LL Bean base layer item. I was really hoping this was merino wool. It's not, but it still has a really cool outdoor look to it. The nice stripe pattern should help it sell pretty quickly. This one was under $5. Here we have a vintage Ralph Lauren Flesh Pony, under $5 for that. Here we have a Ralph Lauren Blake flannel. This is a pretty decent model, and with the nice colorway on here, I thought this would be a pretty easy sell. Once again, just under $5 on that. The last item I got is this vintage polo jacket. It's more of like a in between like a dress jacket and a chore jacket. It has this really cool vintage Polo University Club tag on there. I did pay up for this one. They had it marked at 21 bucks. No idea what it really goes for because I couldn't find much like it, but I'm not gonna leave really cool vintage polo pieces behind. I've sold similar things to this for $100 or more, so yeah, once again, I'm just kind of going off experience on this. A cool, unique vintage polo piece, I rarely leave those behind. So that was the first stop. Let's hop into the second stop. The second stop was the best I've ever done at this store, and I am still kind of in shock that I found some of these items because I just rarely find them in my area, especially at the cheaper thrift stores. I do find them at the very expensive thrift stores, but a lot of times I'm priced out and not able to even pick them up. At this store, I got 18 items for $112.89. I don't know what that average is down to, but honestly, really good for the type of inventory that I got. So let's jump into it. For $3 each, I found 3 vintage Cleveland Indians hats. This one does have a little bit of a mark on it, but it also is new with tags. And this is the coolest one in my opinion. Has a really cool American League logo on the side. And this is a vintage New Era one. Really cool graphic on there, embroidered. And one more hat find, I found this vintage Nike like neon hat. Super old tag on there. I did not look this up. I didn't look any of those hats up because I just know that they're good. This one is super cool. I'm tempted to kind of keep it for myself, to be honest, because I love vintage Nike. An airplane just interrupted me like 5 times. What I was trying to say is I'll put a comp on the screen because I'm hoping this is pretty decent. I got one other non-clothing item. This is an in-case backpack. I did pay $12 for this, but this is a really good brand of backpacks. I remember hearing that this is a really expensive like backpack and laptop case and that kind of thing brand. This has like tons and tons of pockets on it, really cool features, tons of padding on the back. I just kind of went with my gut on this one. I don't have service in that thrift store, so I couldn't look it up, but for 12 bucks, I figured it was a good gamble. So once again, I'll pop it up on the screen. You guys can see how I did. All right, here was the stuff that was not individually priced. It just is bulk pricing. I got some women's REI Co-op convertible hiking pants. Pretty decent sales price on these for a women's outdoor item. I also got this massive outdoor fleece. It has this really cool print and pattern on it, which is why I picked it up. Here we have a Ralph Lauren reversible windbreaker vest. Nothing too crazy, but like I said, the pricing's really cheap at this store. So the last few items I picked up like all combined to be under 10 bucks. Here we have a Donald Ross polo. It is the sport line and it has this cool little polka dot colorful print on it. Here we have an Untuck It shirt. This is the nylon spandex blend performance model, which is the only reason I picked this up, and it's super cheap. And now we're getting to the individually priced items that I got at this store. I paid $8 for this Cleveland Indians windbreaker. Has the really big Chief Wahoo logo on there, which is going up in value every year as this isn't their logo anymore. I got 2 pairs of Nuitags Fabletic sweatpants for $6 a piece. This was the item I spent the most on. I actually got this for my wife to try on because she really likes this brand, but this is a Nuitags Joey, I guess. It is like an army green jumpsuit, brand new with tags. Like I said, I did pay 25 bucks for it, but the retail price is $350 on this. So if it doesn't fit my wife, I'm sure that I can still make a buck on this. Probably a slower seller though. I paid 14 bucks for this vintage Cleveland Indians starter jacket. Has the really cool embroidery across the front. There is a little bit of staining on there, but that's pretty common anytime I found these. But this is like the kind of puffer model, which does sell for really good money. I wish it had a Wahoo logo on there. It would go for even more, but I can't complain for 14 bucks. I paid 10 bucks for this maroon Carhartt jacket. It doesn't have the size tag or the model on it, but I can tell that it's old. It has this cool, distressed, faded look to it. I know this will be good. Hopefully that I can match up the measurements on this with some ones listed on eBay that have the size, so I can figure out the exact size. It does have a very random like local embroidery on it, but the nice thing is for the vintage Carhartt jackets, it really doesn't matter that much. And the last item at that store, I got this Carhartt soft shell jacket for 8 bucks. This is a women's, but I've sold these soft shell jackets for 30 to 50 bucks. Because this is women's and out of season, probably 30 to 35 bucks. Honestly, I'm super happy with how those two thrift stores went. I got way more. I actually forgot about one item because I had them bag it up separately because it's really dirty. But I got this vintage Carhartt vest. I have no idea what this is. I've never seen anything like it. I'm guessing this is like a hunting or shooting thing because of these like pads on the shoulders. But this is super old. You can see the tag is just like completely worn out. It does have a little Union star I can make out just very vaguely on the tag. But I did pay 8 bucks for this. No idea what this goes for, but I wasn't leaving it behind. All right, here's everything that sold. Got some clothing, some more clothing. I got this cool Guardians hat. I got some Saucony, I think Endorphin Speed. Some Birkenstocks, some Uggs. Too hot to stay in here while I pull orders, but when I get back home, I will show you guys maybe like 3 or 4 really good sales. So at that second stop where I found like the 2 Carhartt pieces, a bunch of vintage Indians pieces, I did actually have a confrontation at the thrift store, which I rarely have because I just try to be courteous and I don't, like, I know that there's tons of stuff everywhere, and so I usually just, am a little bit passive, not like, to the point of not getting what I need to get, but especially when I had already found all those pieces, like I really wasn't, like I was already stoked to have found what I did. This particular thrift store has like one rack that they call like their better section, where it's the individually priced items, whereas, 95, probably 99% of the clothing items that they put out is just like bulk pricing based on what the item is. Like t-shirts are a certain price, long sleeve shirts are a certain price, pants are a certain price, but they do have the one rack that's individually priced, and that's where I found, as you can see, like the Carhartt jacket and Indians pieces, whatnot. But somebody actually walked up right in front of me when I was about 2/3 of the way through the rack, and he put his foot on the front of my cart so that I couldn't keep moving it forward, and then started looking through the rest of the rack, like directly where I was standing, like reaching over my cart. He didn't reach into my cart, reaching over my cart to like look at the items that I hadn't got to yet, and then like holding my cart back so that I couldn't keep looking as he was looking through the end that I hadn't looked through yet. So I'm just really curious what you would have done in that situation. So let me know in the comments down below what you would have done in a situation like that. I'm not an overly confrontational person, but I'm not like afraid to say something. Once again, because I had just found all those good items, I was really like already kind of freaking out, like, oh, I just found Carhartt, So I didn't really care that much. But when he did put his foot on the cart, I was like, that is kind of crossing my personal boundary. Like, I'm holding on to the cart, so that's kind of an extension of me at this point. So if you're putting your foot on the cart, I'm not really too happy about that. So this is what I did. I stood there and I looked like at his face where his eyes would be, but he wasn't really like facing me, but he was facing to the side. So I just wanted him to like know that I was acknowledging that he was there and that he was doing something that was kind of crossing my personal space. So I just kind of was looking at him for maybe 15-20 seconds, and he was trying to pretend like I wasn't there. And so eventually I say, excuse me, sir, you kind of jumped right in there and you're blocking my cart. And he just looked at me really quickly and said, yeah, I am. Then just went back to looking through the rack. Of course, that is not an interaction that like sits very well with me, but you know, I keep going back to this. I had just found really good items, and I could see ahead that there weren't any more like Carhartt jackets or anything crazy in front of me. So what I did was I just moved my cart backwards away from his foot. Then I turned my cart around him, just walked around him, and continued looking down that rack on the other side of him through to the end, and then carried on to the other section. So I tried to keep it, you know, I tried to acknowledge that he was doing something that I wasn't happy about, but I was also trying to keep it like not a confrontation. And I feel like I did a pretty good job of that, but I'm curious what you guys would have done. I sold 47 items on eBay plus 7 items on Poshmark since I shipped last. My 3 best sales was this Xenia sweater vest, sold for 50 plus shipping. These motorcycle jeans, speed and strength, they have like pads in the knees. Those sold for 61 plus shipping, and then the other one is already packed up in a black bag, but this KJS long sleeve polo sold for 40 bucks plus shipping. Time to get these orders packed up with some GyroPack poly mailers. Use code Caleb for 10% off your order, or use the link in the description. They make really great poly bags. They have really good customer service, and it is a way that you can support the channel by using my code when you purchase there. I'd love to show you guys a really cool video of me packing up the items, but it's super hot in the garage, so I'm going to blast the AC at full blast and the fan, and it will sound horrible if I do that. So I will show you guys when I got everything packed up. All right, we got everything packed up, and now I'm gonna go eat lunch. Shout out to my amazing wife for some delicious lunch. I just got my packages dropped off, and now I'm heading home. My friend is actually coming over. If you follow me on Instagram, I posted some really cool vintage hats. Me and him found them together at a garage sale, and so he's gonna come over. We're gonna figure out what we're gonna do, if we're gonna split them up, if we're just gonna sell them and split the money, if we're gonna auction it off, if they're gonna take the time to like make them pristine and perfect, because a lot of them are dirty or deformed because they were just stuffed into a bin. So I'm going to document a little bit of what we decide to do, show you guys some super cool hats in the process. What's up, guys? I'm here with my friend Kyle. This is my friend I was talking about. We found these awesome vintage hats together at a garage sale. So we're just going to open the bin, and what we kind of decided, we were just chit-chatting about it. What we're going to do is separate all of the like really expensive hats, the substantial value ones, and just take turns picking which ones we want. And then all the lower level stuff, we're going to find a way to either sell it quickly, bulk sell it, or just pick out ones that each of us want individually. All right, lift it up, man. Let's see what we got. Honors? Yep, do the honors.
Oh man, you ready for the crack?
Oh my goodness. We should have faced it the other direction.
Man.
So if you know anything about sports hats, there's obviously a lot of really cool things in here. So this is just the first few things I'm showing. So we are going to dive in here, and I will show you guys the highlights. All right, so here are some graffiti hats, which are super cool. Here we have this Jaguars band logo hat. This is definitely a good one. All right, so Kyle and I just finished up. All of these hats are just slightly under the threshold of what we want to take the time to work on. So we're just gonna list this as one big auction. I did post them for sale on my Instagram story as well, so if they sell before that, we're just gonna split the money 50-50. And anything that doesn't sell in the next few hours is just gonna get listed. And then all of these are the ones that sell for a substantial amount. So here's a little overview of the best ones in the lot. So all these sell for a substantial amount. So what we're gonna do is we together research like a rough idea of what these ones are worth, and we're just gonna take turns picking one by one, and whoever gets whatever hat, we can do whatever we want to do with it. Okay, we just decided we're gonna play rock, paper, scissors, see who picks first. We have some little NFL music going in the background to get copyright strike here. Okay, I won the first rock, paper, scissors, so it's best 2 of 3, but I'm up 1-0. Forgot to film it.
Rock, paper, scissors, shoot.
Oh, a sweep! A sweep!
All right, you get first pick. First pick in the hat draft.
First pick.
Raiders.
Raiders. Huge shout out to my friend Kyle for even encouraging me to go out to garage sales, because I've honestly neglected it because it can be such a waste of time if you like don't have it built into your routine. And it was super fun going out with him, hanging out with him, and just even doing this was just fun for us because we like vintage sports stuff. So yeah, just had a blast, and both of us got some cool hats, and we're gonna see how this auction ends up. And if it ends before this video goes live, I'll keep you guys posted. If not, I'll let you guys know in a future video. All right, Kyle left, and I've been just like messaging random people on Instagram that want hats for a while, which has used up a lot of my time for the rest of the day. I was planning on doing some more listings today. I have items photographed that I photographed yesterday. I will either do them later tonight, just because I had kind of a weird day and a weird schedule like for the week. It got thrown off with some things. But honestly, it was super fun just to hang out with my friend and go over these hats and really enjoy it. So I really can't complain. For you guys, it's been a few seconds. For me, it's been a few hours. It's 9 p.m. now. Last time I checked in, it was pretty much exactly 5 p.m. Since then, I ate dinner with the family, hung out with them a little bit, mowed the lawn, got some dishes done, did some tidying up from the day, having a toddler play around the house, and also got that toddler to bed. My wife is currently out running some errands, so what I'm gonna do is I'm actually gonna hop on, do a little bit of extra listing, just trying to get ahead in my week, because I'm trying to add in a little bit of extra garage sale and fun sourcing, mostly because I've been having a really fun time doing it and finding really good stuff that kind of helps with the slower summer clothing sales. Finding some banger, grail, amazing items to just kind of add in there is really nice. So I need a little bit extra time to do that, so I'm actually just gonna get some listings done now. One not fun update is I just got 1, 2, 3, 4 returns to me, all returned on the same day. But one fun update is I already sold the Graffiti Dodgers hat for $100 and one of those Indians jackets to someone locally. So yeah, really can't complain getting those sales sold before I even have to list those items. Shout out to my wife. I have some Father's Day treats left over. These Siete cookies are amazing. I'm gonna put them in this bowl because this bag is too small for my hand. And I'm gonna drink some limoncello LaCroix, and this is gonna be my treat while I list. All right, I just finished up 40 listings. It's 10:34, and I'm gonna get to bed soon. I do just wanna quickly recap everything I did today in the day in the life of a full-time reseller. I left the house around 8:45, went to 2 thrift stores, went to my storage unit, pulled my items that had sold over the last couple days. I went back home, shipped those items out, had lunch with my family, took those orders to the post office, came back, had a great friend over, went through some awesome vintage hats that we found together. I did a lot of posting and chit-chatting with people on Instagram about the hats as well, and actually sold a few of them and some of the other fun finds from today. And by the way, that second thrift stop was pretty wild. And at that stop, I did have like a confrontation with a random person, which was kind of interesting. Then after work, I had dinner with my family, hung out with them for a bit, mowed the lawn, tidied up the house, got the baby down, and got up 40 listings. Now, thankfully, I did actually have those items already photographed, so that was just the physical listing part on the computer. But all in all, I would say that's a pretty eventful but successful day as a full-time reseller. Today was definitely off from my typical schedule, so it seemed a lot crazier because I had so many different things going on. Normally I try to keep the tasks very simple and focused and do a lot of the same thing in each day so that I can work a little bit more efficiently instead of being scatterbrained doing so many different things and trying to remember what I have to do next and what all I have going on. But some days you just got to roll with it, and that's part of being a self-employed person, entrepreneur, whatever you want to call it. If you made it this far in the video and you're not subscribed, just go ahead and click that button. That being said, here's my 40 listings, and goodbye.